Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Fallout 4. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 25. And we're here in the slog. And it's nighttime and let's see. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to do. Adrenaline thirsty. Intelligence is down and perception is down as well. And now I'm tired. Okay. I'm going to get my character all set up for tomorrow. We're going to go after the SAUGUS Ironworks. And we're going to try to put an end to those guys for the betterment of Finch Farm. And I'm going to make sure I fill up all of my water bottles before I go, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stim packs involved. And every single time I take one, it makes me thirsty. I hope whenever you're watching this video, it is evening somewhere. Perhaps after a long day of work or whatever, but I hope you're enjoying your favorite drink, as I am. A little Crown Royale. And as people who watch my channel regularly know, when the whiskey flows, so does my tongue. So you might get me a little more chatty version of me tonight. Oh my goodness, that was a lot. Alright. Suits up, fixed. We got a bunch of beds, and I think they're all owned. Nope, we got one right there. Perfect. Okay, gentlemen. We help the people out with the slog now that it's one of our settlements. We put a little peckish from lack of food. Alright, Nick. It's the early wee morning hours. Here's the problem is I need to make some food. So let's do this. Food. Oh, I need a crafting. It's a crafting resource. Where's my favorite crafting resource? The food one. This is it right there. Cooking station. I can make a bunch of those. Great. Because I have a bunch of things I need to cook. Crispy squirrel bits. Grilled rad stag. Iguana on a stick. I love that because it's from the first game, which is what makes it extra funny. I remember playing the first Fallout game and seeing iguana on a stick and thinking, are you kidding me? Not in a million years. Alright, so what are we eating this morning? Oh yeah, that's better. Grilled rad stag. Properly fed. What else are we looking at here? Increased chance of getting sick. Suppressed immunity. Well, what happens if I take Addictol, glowing blood pack, herbal, and resist insomnia and weakness, and resist infection and parasites? That's what I'm going to take. And resist fatigue and lethargy. Alright. Let's see how that works out. I don't think it works like I think it does, but the Brotherhood of Steel helped us on our way here smack down most of the guys outside the ironworks, which is great because they have this thing for flamethrowers, which kind of stinks. Oh, I'm gonna get this quest from this guy.
Hello?
Huh? Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Sorry, didn't mean to ignore you. Just got caught up in my work again. So, what do you think? Nice, isn't she?
The Buttercup.
What is that? Some kind of toy?
It's not just any toy. It's a genuine Giddy-Up Buttercup. The 2076 special edition. Best toy on the market. before the war. It's a shame, though. I don't have all the parts to get this old girl working again. Don't suppose you happen to have a spare crate of toy parts on you?
No.
Sorry, no.
Of course not. But... I think I know where you could find some. Not the most glamorous job, but I'm willing to pay. You interested?
All right, I'll do it.
Thanks. This really means a lot to me. There's only one place to look for parts like this. The old Automatoys factory, south of Quincy. Not gonna lie, it's at the far end of the Commonwealth. That whole area's a death trap. Gunners and worse. Even for you, it might be too much. But if you're ever down that way, don't forget about me. Now, where was I?
Excuse me. That whole area outside of Quincy, that whole area of Quincy, is one of my favorite areas in the whole entire game. Okay. First, let's see. Do we see anybody else
Who do
roaming
you
around?
think actually won the war? Nobody, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing. Who did win the war? Are the Chinese worse off than we are in this game? That'd be an interesting thing to know. We've got 643 rounds. Should be enough to mow through this place, especially if people drop some. Which reminds me. Fortune Finder, where are you? More bottle caps and containers. Chance of getting more. Oh, I can't get that until level 37. Okay. So we're as good as we're going to get. Well, that's great. Stay ammoed up that way. SAUGUS Ironworks, baby. Cram. Oh, Nick, this is why I've got a whole slew of salvage beacons, buddy. Because I know there's a bunch of loot in this place, man. I mean a bunch. And we want all of it for settlement building. Alright, my friend. Let's get in here and see if we can make our way to the big dude. It's a slog to get through here. Yeah, this is always bad. There's that guy right there. Oh, dang it. Okay. Weapons, explosives, fragmentation grenades. We got a bunch of them. Try the baseball grenades first.
Find him and kill him.
Over here!
Someone's
That's why I moved. Because they like to throw stuff at you. Where are they at?
Getting tired yet?
That's when I ambush them. Getting along.
Well, that's why I kind of move, because I know. Flamer fuel, for you. I want you to use it. Let's get out of here.
See him?
No, where are they at? Nick, where are they at? Are you kidding me? You're right there?
Bothering anybody now?
Who do we got left? Who do we got left? Anybody up above? Nick. I'm grabbing everything I can, buddy, so you need to be prepared. Oh my gosh, it's just a bloodbath when you come in here. Okay. Hey, bones. Great. Great, we can make more fuel. Imagine how many people think that. It's kind of a funny thought, isn't it? Bones, hey, I can make fuel. Jet, bucket, beer box. What was that, Nick? Oh, would you light this off by going in here? Good job, buddy. Oh, I see how we are. Right.
Say the word if you want me to take a look at that terminal.
Yeah. I got all this stuff myself, Nick. I'm gonna go like this. Yes, 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 I know. Parched from lack of water. Let's sit and guzzle. There are people still in this room, too. Was that a lunchbox inside a lunchbox? Is that what I saw? SAUGUS, alright. 308. A lot of that laying around, isn't there? Okay. Oh, awesome. I love it when I can find bags of cement or fertilizer. This is totally fine that I'm already encumbered. Totally fine, because we're right in the perfect spot here.
Got it.
Okay, you. Oh yeah, Braxo cleaner. Summer and I, it's important to start picking up things that have acid, I think, in them, because they're used for making different things. Flamer, I want to give that to Nick. Flare gun, flamer, I don't want to worry about the rest of that. The flamer's the heavy part. Salvage beacons, okay, there's only 4. So now I'm down to 3. Nick?
Hey.
There's something you need.
Yes, there is. I'm giving this to you. I'm giving you this flamer. I know you already have one. And I'm giving you all the flamer fuel. Where is it? Flamer fuel. Dude. Use it. Use it. Path. Likeness 1. Lone. Cave. It matches the A. Activate. Not going to worry about what kind of thing to choose.
Protectron on duty.
I can see what goes down there, which is where we were. Okay. Yep, I'm parched from lack of water, I know, but I want to be fully healed because I know this gets a little wackadoo in here. Is that a guy on the computer over there? Yeah, it is. How was that? He had like power armor and we roasted him.
I think it's gone too long.
Where's the next guy?
Fucking hide from me? You're dead.
Where are you at?
Something out there.
Look who's back. The spirit. Good.
How'd that make you feel? Because you know how it made me feel? Great. Oh yeah, you were in here.
Oh, man, come back. I was having fun.
Were you? I'm gonna use this gun. I haven't used this in a while. There he is. I see you.
Dead.
Oh, where I can't see when you do that. You son of a bitch. Can't. It's gonna cause me trouble getting back up. There's a gun up there. Where's this dead guy? Right there.
We'll be taking that.
Yes, we will. Oh, I don't want his armor. Oh well. I don't need his armor. Oh, but it brought me over here. There's a bunch of stuff over here, so I'll take that. How do I get back up? That's why I don't like to jump down. Because sometimes getting back up is difficult. Okay, but at least this guy's down here. Got him. The forge. Alright, so we have to go back around. Because you probably can't jump up that way, can you? I'll bet you $100 you can't. Now, if I had a jetpack, that'd be a different story. Oh no, you can't. Oh, I just lost $100. I made the wrong bet. The desk, this dude. Oh, stuff everywhere. Wonder glue. Oh my gosh, more wonder glue. Oh jeez. Place is rich. Imagine it's like it's rich because there's a bunch of stuff to loot. Isn't that funny? Okay. Oh, and there was this, and then did I loot you? Oh yeah, I didn't. Flame fuel. Okay. Oh, there's some stuff there. And this is a terminal I don't care about. And that was where we came down. And there's that, and shotgun shells. And the last gun. And then there shouldn't be anybody else up here. Nope. There's just us getting fixed with enough steel. As long as we have it. Oh, I just walked myself into a corner. Nick, what else do we have over here? Okay, my buddy, that goes out to the roof, doesn't it? Yes it does. All right. I just want to see if I have... How am I injured? Oh, that's really good. Not too hurt anywhere. That leg is hurt. That leg could use some. Okay, let me use that. And that arm. Alright, this is ugly. Do I have one of those mentats that adds to charisma? I want to try to save this kid. Let's do this. Now we're going to get ready. We're going to get fully armed. This is going to be... And this one. And what about the... That's the scope. That's... What the hell is that? Oh, that's the flare gun. This, okay. That's the poisoner thing. Alright. That's not going to be the gun that I need to use. Weapons. Fat man. I'm going to have one shot at this thing. Let's go. Chems. I got Mentats, and Mentats great. Charisma 5 for 12 minutes. Thank you. Okay. Buff out. 7 minutes. Strength and endurance. Luck, charisma, strength, more. Oh, it takes... Okay, that's alright. Drinks. Alright, now we're really ready. Let's go. Let's go see if we can charisma this guy and save him, and then let's see if this super nuke will do it. So, here's the deal. This didn't go exactly the way I wanted it to the first time. And then the second time I made a wrong choice in the dialogue. So we're gonna try this a third time.
Help! If he tries to leave, kill him.
You must be pretty strong to make it here.
Who are you supposed to be?
I'm Slag, and we are the Forged. And you, stranger, you're somebody with some guts. I like that. See, Jake? Here's someone who might actually be worth my time. Unlike you.
They're gonna kill me.
But I brought everything you asked for.
Stealing things from your family farm doesn't prove your strength, boy. Though this wonderful sword you brought does put me in the mood to give you one last chance to prove your worth. What do you say? Kill that prisoner and prove that you aren't completely useless.
You said we'd be raiding outside the Commonwealth. These people aren't even a threat to us.
Prove to me that you can kill. It's him or you.
Oh God, what do I do? What do I do?
Walk away, Jake. You don't have to do this.
Please let me go.
What's
You're
it
right.
gonna be,
I
Jake?
don't want to do this.
I don't want to join the Forge. I just want to go home.
Last
Hope you
chance,
brought your
Jake.
can opener.
Okay, I did. I brought my can opener, and it is in the form of this. This is one of the only times I actually use Jet. I'm going to use Med-X for damage resistance, and I'm going to use Jet. And then I'm going to take some water. Yeah, where's this other guy? And they're all alive. Jake's alive. The captive's alive. Yes.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Wait.
Hey there.
Wait. I'm sorry. I messed up. I panicked.
What were you doing with those guys anyway?
Well, just...
I thought we'd be raiding outside of the Commonwealth, and that if I joined them, I could provide for my family.
I don't know. God, my dad's right. I'm such an idiot.
Look, I should probably try to go home and make amends. I know I've got no right to ask, but I bet if you're there to explain, things with my dad would go easier. I bet if you bring my great-granddad's sword, he'll make it worth your while. He always tries to deal fair with people. I'll wait for you by the overpass near the farm.
Well, alright, Jake. As colossal of a screw-up as you are, we did manage to get out of this unscathed. Thank you to some Jet. This is one of the only times I use it, and I love it. It's perfect for a situation like this. This is great. Let's just go upstairs. I went into here, SAUGUS roof key. I went in guns blazing with the mini nuke, and unfortunately, the mini nuke blew everybody up, including Jake, which was not the result I wanted. So I had to reload the save, and then the second time I chose the wrong dialogue option, and I said, "Yeah, Jake, you gotta kill him. It's the only thing you can do." And now that was definitely not the right answer that I wanted to choose. So I reloaded a third time, and that's the version you guys have seen. And now we're gonna go out to the roof. Oh. I don't think there's anything down below, is there? Excuse me, jeez. I like to, well, just to inform you guys, because this is my channel and I feel like we're all kind of associates here. I like that people get real friendly in the comments sometimes. You guys ask me a lot of questions and you make a lot of comments, and I love that. And so I feel like we're all kind of on the same page here. So I like to share a little bit of my life. And I like to drink whiskey, and the whiskey's making me burp. And it's really not the best thing. Oh, and there, the Protectron is still running around. Alright, so there's SAUGUS roof key. I think that's one of the cool things about YouTube, is that people like me are out here putting content on, and there's a bunch of different types of content creators, and some people do it a lot differently than I do. I certainly feel like there's room and there's a niche to say for people who want to create content that's not constantly gamers screaming and getting mad and throwing fits and acting crazy. I feel like there's room for that. I really like that several different people now over several different games have all said the same thing unprovoked, and they've said that I'm like the Bob Ross of YouTube video gaming, and I really like that because, of course, Bob Ross is an iconic character. Him and his paintings and his channel on public television, and the way he would use his soothing voice to make art accessible to everybody and to make it okay, and to encourage people who maybe didn't think they were very artistic to be artistic. And the way he would say things, you know, like, oh, this tree looks lonely, well, let's add a friend. You know, he's iconic that way. And so for several different people to say the same thing about the way I play YouTube videos and my voice, and they're like, you have a very soothing voice. First of all, I find that almost impossibly hard to believe, but it's a great compliment at the same time. And I appreciate that. So from my perspective, that's where things are. And I try to make this channel more or less family friendly. I don't spend a lot of time cursing, and I don't spend a lot of time being crazy, and I don't spend a lot of time saying things that are controversial or difficult for people to deal with. I want this channel to be accessible, and if anything, I really kind of do want to be the Bob Ross of YouTube video gaming. And I think there's a place for that, and so I really appreciate everybody's comments in the comments below, and I appreciate the nice things people say about my voice and about the channel, and especially when we're talking about things like my tutorials, like the Galactic Civilizations 3 tutorial series, which is still far and away is the greatest number of views on my channel, and that's part of the reason I wanted to start doing a Stellaris one very soon.
I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
You should.
Here goes nothing.
Let's go, Jake. You were dumb, but it doesn't mean that it has to hurt you forever. You can repent. You can make amends.
The only way you get old in this job is to assume everyone's out to
Abraham,
kill
what's
you.
going on? Is that my boy come home?
What? Jake's back? Oh, thank God.
Papa, please. I know I screwed up pretty big. I thought if I joined up, I could keep them from raiding our farm. I didn't. I don't want to hurt anyone.
This is actually really good.
I told you.
Abraham Francis Finch, that's enough.
Mama,
Shut up, Jake. If I hear anything out of either of you, you'll both be peeling potatoes for the next year. I've watched you two go at it for years and tried to let you sort it out for yourselves. Abraham, your son is a grown man. And if you expect him to act like one, then you'd better stop treating him like a child. Jake, your father and I have been out there, and we know it can be dangerous. We just want to make sure you're prepared. There. It's over. If I hear another word about it from either of you, so help me.
She's right.
It cracks me up because that's how moms are.
Mr. Finch.
She's right. I've been a fool. There's no way I can thank you enough. Here's the caps we agreed on, plus a bit for helping my boy. I think you should hang on to that sword. It'd put a smile on Granddad's face to know it was being used to help people.
And we can now use the workshop here, which is great. And the dock is here, which is fabulous because I need some dock help. And so Finch Farm is one of the few locations that I don't spend a lot of time fixing up too much. Jake, here, I would really like to... The best thing to do is make you a supply line guy. That's your penance. So you're going to do that. And because you're going to do that, I'm going to fix things up for you and your family so that you have some defenses. I've actually several times in the game taken this farm and turned it into I'll use the cheap wooden walls and wall it off completely, which makes it much more defensible. And this is me being encumbered, which is terrible, but when we're talking about cheap fencing, That stuff's not worth it to me. Yeah, like all that fencing there is not too useful, but let's get you guys some defenses. And then I can build a couple items. You guys have 4 people and 3 water. We will add you another water. I've only got so many turrets left to build because I'm low on oil. So there's that mess. Oh, you can't get... Yeah, that's what I wanted to get rid of, was that wood. Okay, there's a water thing right there. And if I just build them another one, like right here, that takes care of water, and then they'll be happier. Right, Jake, good job, buddy. I know it wasn't easy.
I think we ought to talk.
Uh-oh, another talk by one of my characters. Okay, here, this is a neat little spot, and I don't like to ruin it for these guys. Dang it. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Okay. That's the problem when you're playing so many different games at the same time. I'm currently doing a YouTube series for No Man's Sky. And I'm also doing this, and I'm also trying to get Skyrim ready to go because I want to do a Skyrim series. And Skyrim has similar controls, thank you, because it's a Bethesda game, but it's not exactly the same, of course, because there's no guns, and things are a little bit different. And saying they're a little bit different is not exactly correct. I mean, it's a lot different. The Fat Man can go back. Now, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to hang on to it. It might be useful in the next place I go to. Alright, you want to talk, Nick. What do you got for me?
Hey.
Go on.
Nick, you wanted to talk?
Hey.
I'm listening. You got time to talk now?
I sure do.
What's wrong?
Wrong? Oh, no. Nothing's wrong. We've just been traveling a while now, and I figure there hasn't exactly been equitable distribution of information. Gotten a decent glimpse into your dirty laundry, but you still don't really know a whole heck of a lot about me. I figured I'd offer to balance the board. So, anything you want to know?
Nick, not really.
You know, I'm not really interested in your past, Nick.
Not a problem. Can't say I never offered.
Perfect, Nick. I don't need to know everything because you know what? And this is something that's true for me right now, today, in real life. I care more about who a person is right now than their past. And that is just a fact. Because people change.
Thanks again for getting me out of there.
Excuse me.
You have some sort of medical problem here, or are you just yanking my chain?
Dude.
Patch me up, Doc.
You have any of those symptoms? Tell me about it.
Do you have any of those
A
symptoms?
few bad hits recently. Got knocked around.
Scrapes and bruises, but it's probably a good idea to get them fixed up.
Do you have any of those symptoms? That is a great lineup. I've hardly interacted with this character before, so that's quite funny.
We're done.
All right. Don't ruin my hard work by dying out there.
I'm not gonna. That's really funny. That's the same voice actor who does the main scientist in the Parsons State Prison thing. That's cracking me up. That's really funny. Do you have any of those symptoms? Oh my god, I'm just dying. Okay, I'm gonna put this right there. And then I'm going to try to... Oh, we can't make a bike. We can't make a bike. We don't have any oil. Okay. In that case, here's what we're going to do. You
Thanks again for getting me out of there.
stay on the straight and narrow. Okay, buddy? And that's why I sent you to supply line, so that you can just have a normal job out in the wasteland. Don't get shot. Make sure the supplies make it everywhere they're supposed to go. There's a bunch of Brahmin over there. I gotta tell you that the first time playing the first Fallout game, I almost want to replay it and do a YouTube series on it because it's so incredibly different. Who's that guy? It looks like a ghoul. Who the hell is that? Who is that guy? Who is this guy? Who the hell are you? What are you? Raider, Psycho. Raider Psychos. Wow, that guy had like a really weird looking face. Where's the rest of them? Nick, where are they?
Where'd you go?
Yeah, exactly. Where'd they go to?
We'll be taking that.
Where are they at? Okay, they're up here somewhere. I see you. Well, dude, I have exploding bullets on this gun, so might not be the best idea to try coming at me. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I want to get back to the story I was telling. I am tempted to do playthroughs of Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 because they are such just iconic games in the landscape of games. And to play them for that first time, having no idea what was coming at all. Because up to that point, what had we played on computer games? You know, I remember growing up on things like Frogger and Galaga, and then later on, when I started playing computer games, there were some really cool things, like one of my favorite games of all time, which is System Shock, and then X-Wing and X-Wing versus TIE Fighter and stuff like that. But then came Fallout 1, and it was mind-boggling what they were doing and what they were showing us. There's two-headed Brahmin, and there's super mutants, and there's a iguana on a stick, and there's this turn-based combat VAT system, and everything was just kind of mind-blowing, really. Excuse me, I'm burping over here. So it was really a unique experience to play that for the first time. And if any of you have never played it, which is, I've actually run across a lot of people who've never played it because, hey, it's Fallout, and people started, a lot of people, especially people who are younger, started on Fallout when it was Fallout 3. So their first exposure to it is the first person game, which is not indicative of the Fallout series, right? It's like the first one was Fallout 1, and then the next one was Fallout 2, and it was all very, very different. Okay, local leader. This is what I want to do. I'm going to get a chemistry station up and bumped up against... I'm going to move it over here, actually, because what I want to do is... in case I want a weaponsmith here. Can I make any more oil or fuel? Cutting fluid. Okay, so cutting fluid makes... but I don't have bone. I can make fuel with it. Okay. The big thing here is I want to get a bike. This mod is still, to this day, just one of my favorite things in the world. And that is salvage, not just salvage. Salvage beacons, obviously one of my favorites, but this, I need a little bit more oil. Where can I get some oil? Do you guys have anywhere in here? Ugh, okay. And I can't make any out of the corn, so I'm kind of stuck, so we're going to have to walk. This is not, I can tell you, this is not ideal. But we need to go find Ada, so that's why I brought Nick along, because he's a robot, and we should go find Ada. Anyway, I think it's a really good idea. In the comments, if you want to see Fallout 1 or Fallout 2, Fallout 1 and Fallout 2. I wouldn't play Fallout 2 without first playing Fallout 1. I actually still feel like Fallout 1 is the better game. But if you wanted to see those games, I would certainly do them in a YouTube playthrough. Okay, Taffington Boathouse is cleared. There's Finch Farm. How do we get out of here? We can go all the way back up to Ten Pines Bluff. We can go look for some oil. Or we can go to the National Training Guard. It's a bunch of zombies. Man, it's not an ideal situation. Saugus Ironworks is cleared. I'd really like to be able to just motorcycle right now, but I need oil. I don't know. Where do I get it? There's no more oil in here, is there? There's no more gourds to make oil from or anything like that. There's none in here. There's a bathroom in here. I can't trust. Yeah, that's not ideal. I kept thinking I only needed corn to make oil, but I don't. I need corn and gourds. So here's what I'm gonna do. These guys have.
There ain't a fragrance in the comic book that's going to cover that up.
I'm gonna store these.
Maybe I ain't need anyone because I'm not maximizing my sex appeal.
Sex appeal.
If I see any, I'll pick you up a bottle.
What's funny is
Take good care of me, boss.
how you find somebody attractive has so much to do with so many different factors, including their voice and how they act and all those things. And there's actually one ghoul in this game, and I'm not trying to sound morbid or anything, but there's one ghoul in this game that I actually find really attractive, and it's I think her name is Daisy in Good Neighbor, and she's just got a certain kind of demeanor that makes her an attractive ghoul, which is kind of surprising. Alright, so this is it. I can go up. Well, so we're here. We should go to Parsons. Now, this is. We're going to pay attention to things in our inventory that have oil. This is a giant pain in the butt. There's always a deathclaw that wants to kill us between here and there. But if we go up there and we talk to that person, they're going to send us back to the Cabots. And they're going to send us on a tiny little mission, a really short mission, to get their stuff. It's not going to be a big deal.
Too many folks these days count on violence to solve their problems. You only have to look around to see.
Funny thing is, Nick is exactly right. It's 2019, and he's exactly right. Too many people count on violence to solve their problems.
Yeah, so long as you're carrying it.
Jet. What's interesting about the dichotomy, especially here in America, where political figures, news agencies, and organizations want you to be opposed, and they want you to pick a side on everything, on every topic, on everything. They want you to choose a side, and they want you to be in opposition with someone else. And the funny thing is, when you talk to most people face to face, especially if you can sit down in a pub with a beer, there's the Deathclaw. I knew there would be. If you could sit down with most people in a pub with a beer, we're all more or less the same. Oh god, he's an alpha Deathclaw. Oh man, here he comes. Oh my god, he's just a terror. There's always one, and I thank goodness that I have played the game before because I know it's coming. But when you're up there walking around between these rocky bluffs and this hill, and you have no idea it's coming, it pretty much always means my death. Now, people who play different builds might not experience the same thing. Again, you're watching my channel, you're watching this game, you know that I'm not a stealth VATS player, and that is probably the most common build in the game, is stealth VATS. I play it differently. I play the game, I try to play the game, and I try to play most games, including role-playing games. I try to play them more or less the way that I would behave if they were real and I was actually in them. I mean, I would wear power armor. I think most people actually would if they were given a choice. Because the reality is in the real world, power armor would be much more protective than nothing. And there's no way that you would be some kind of non-power armor wearing VATS master. It's a neat build in the game, but it's not realistic. Right? I mean, it's just not. I know people. I know human beings. And also, I work out at the gym. I've been lifting for about 7 years. I mean, it might not look like it in my profile picture, but my best deadlift is about 465 pounds. And I know what it is to think you're strong. And it's not the same thing as actually being strong. And I think most of the people in the real world who are gamers are thinking, oh, I know how I'd do this. You wouldn't. You'd crap your pants. And I know I'd be the first person to crap my pants in a game world if this was real.
This place is off limits. You'd best move along.
Okay. Edward.
Edward said you might know where to start looking for the package that went missing.
Oh, you're the new guy. So this package, pretty sure we know where it is. The guys that shot Ben are holed up in the Parsons Creamery, just north of here.
That's all I needed to know.
We can take it from here.
Well then, I guess we're done. Hey, be careful. It's weird that they're still hanging around so close. Normal raiders would have grabbed the loot and bugged out by now. It's like they're scouting the place or something. I'll be glad when you clear them out.
The interesting thing about this particular quest is it always starts raining when I do this. Out of the fire, talk to Preston, no. Gilded Grasshopper, no. We're too far north. Where's this quartermastery? I don't care about that one. Where's the rest of this quest show up at? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna sneeze again. I'm gonna have to apologize, people. I'm gonna have to turn off the... 1 second. I'm not sure what's worse about allergies is having them or the unexpectedness of their appearance. I can be sitting here talking into this microphone playing this game, and then in a split second they overcome me and I have to sneeze, and it's terrible. Alright, so these guys up here, every single time I played this game, now this is going to be like my 7th or 8th time through the game, and that's not an exaggeration. I've been through this game a lot. And every time I've been through it, when I get to this quest and I get to this part right here where I have to go to the creamery, it rains. I'm not joking. And of course it's exaggerated because it's true storms. What do you got up here? Anybody? This might be a guns blazing deal. I think we just want to go in there and mow them down, because there's only like three guys, 4 of them. It's not very many. Do I still have my baseball explosive? Nope. Fragment chaser.
What was that?
Neither did I, Nick, because that was perfect. I love True Storms. I can't say that enough. And I think when I get to the end of this game, Mysterious Soon. I think when I get to the end of the game and I get to the last couple episodes of the last episode, I'm going to have to actually give a shout out to the usernames of everybody who made mods that I used in this game, because they're great mods. I didn't install anything that was junk. I feel like I didn't install anything that made the game easier or made the game cheatier. If anything, some of this stuff made the game a lot harder. The only thing that really makes this part of the game easier in survival options, of course, so I don't have to deal with what I consider just dumb stuff like taking damage while you're encumbered. But also, you know, let's see, I'm gonna loot this guy here. Oh yeah, I'm encumbered. As far as trying to make things easier, I mean, salvage beacons makes salvaging easier, especially in survival, but, you know, if people are going to hold that against me, then so be it. If people are going to think that salvage beacons is a cheat, then there's nothing I can do about that. I happen to think that it's just a great mod and it's a brilliant idea because I can't get up there, can I? Dang it. I happen to think salvage beacons is just a brilliant idea because they put settlement building in the game, and it's such a huge part of the game, and okay, I'm right there. Alright. Oh my goodness. I've got too much and I can't run. I know. Well, here's what I'm going to do to that. I'm going to fix that right here. Anyway, I think that the game is satisfactorily difficult playing it this way. And I think if anybody thinks that this is just a cheat way to play the game, you know, then we're just getting into opinions and nothing I can do about that. But the point is to play the game and to have fun and to show it off. The light metal arm was something that I had. Oh, I'm down to the last one. Okay. Well, you know, I like it when people say, hey, I'd really like to see a playthrough of this particular kind of game, because if it's something that I've enjoyed and I've played a lot like this game, then I'm gonna do it. Yeah, but like I need another excuse to play Fallout 4, really. And the same thing with, you know, Fallout 1, 2, 3, New Vegas, Skyrim. I certainly want to get Skyrim working. I'm working really hard to get Skyrim working, actually. And the issue was when the special edition of Skyrim showed up, I was so happy, and I played all the way through it with roughly 80 or 90 mods, and it was stable and it never crashed on me even one time, and it was brilliant, and I was so happy for that because 32-bit Skyrim crashed on me a lot. And then SKSE, Skyrim Script Enhancer, finally launched, which was really important because I wanted to use that, and specifically I wanted to use it for one mod. Well, two mods, really.
Maria's in charge.
I know, and I'm going to go see Maria here in a second. Oh, and there's oil. Hey, that might get me a vehicle. That might be enough. The Skyrim script extender, the big thing about that is it allowed me to use a mod that it allows me to use two mods. A Matter of Time is one of them, and that is a mod that allows you to... It puts a really nice icon in the upper left-hand portion of the screen, or wherever you want to put it if you want to adjust where it sits, but it lets you see the exact time of day at all times in the game, which is critical because in Skyrim, one of my favorite mods to play with is Better Vampires, because I prefer to choose the route of the vampire when doing the vampire DLC. And it's just, and part of the reason for that is Gopher's Predator Vision makes being vampire and awesome, but also Better Vampires makes being a vampire awesome. And Better Vampires allows you to configure the game such that it's exactly like being a vampire. You can... Oh, we just have to change the serum. Okay. With Better Vampires, what it allows you to do is switch the way feeding works. So in the base game, feeding doesn't make you stronger, I think. And anyways, with Better Vampire, it reverses that. And so if you feed, you get stronger. And it's a really cool thing. But also with Better Vampires, you can just tweak a ton of things about being a vampire. And you can make it more like being a vampire. And the coolest thing about it is you can tweak sunlight. So you can tweak it so that if you're in the daytime with the sun shining down, you will take damage, and you can actually tweak how much damage you take. And at the hardest setting, you will vaporize in a matter of seconds. Well, that's the way I like playing it, because that's the lore-friendly version of playing a vampire. But the thing is, you gotta know what time it is before you step outside of a cave. So if it's 9 o'clock in the morning and you step outside of a cave that you've been spelunking all night, you're gonna turn into ash. And you don't want to do that, and that's why a matter of time is so important to have. Well, the problem with a matter of time is it requires SKSE to run, and unfortunately SKSE causes my game to crash periodically for various reasons, which is really upsetting me. I still don't have enough oil. Okay. So this is where I'm at. Alright, well, this is what I'm going to do then. I can't find any more oil. So I really want to... I'm testing it right now to see if the current version of SKSE and my 64-bit Skyrim are stable. Because if they are, then I'll be able to bring you guys used oil cans. So that'll probably get me 2. It still won't get me enough. It still won't get me enough to make a motorcycle. That might. I know that has some oil in it.
I knew you'd help us.
Of course you did.
Hi there.
It's me. Oil is 3 of 4 now. I need 1 more oil. Oh man, there's nothing out here though. There's absolutely nothing out here, is there? There's an oil can right there. Sweet. Okay, this is where we're going to end this episode. I'm going to be able to make a motorcycle. Yeah, this is what I like to do, is make a motorcycle and just place it right here, and then I can go wherever I need to. Okay, this is great. Well, at the end, since it's the end of this episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat grilled rag stag, rad stag, box water, can, milk bottle, and properly hydrated. Okay. I'm going to end the game here because I'm not exactly sure what I want to do next. Folks, thanks for watching. As always, if you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel. If you drop a question or comment down below, I will be sure to try my best to respond to it. I will see you guys next time. I am going to go right into the next episode in real time so you guys can listen to me ramble even more. Thanks for watching. See you next time.